Sweden and Finland. Two fantastic countries for metal, and with a combined population similar to the state of Pennsylvania, I'd say these two countries are some serious musical overachievers. But today, let's look at some of the lesser known songs these countries have to offer. It can either be songs by relatively unknown bands or relatively unknown songs from relatively well-known bands. Because this channel is not only about making music, but it's also a place to appreciate good music together, a place to celebrate music. And before we start, I just want to say that the goal is not to compare per se, but rather highlight music that for one reason or another never really got the appreciation it deserves. And Finnish and Swedish metal is what I know best, so let's go. I've chosen 20 overlooked songs from each country, and since I don't want to risk having the video taken down, I won't be playing the music, unfortunately. But I made a Spotify playlist with all the songs, so if you want to check that out, the link is in the description. And the songs are in no particular order except for the top 5. The top 5 are the gems of the gems. Let's go. Inside Out by Pain of Salvation. This song is 25 years old at this point, but still sounds fresh, unique, and so Pain of Salvation. Melodic, tragic, dynamic, progressive, emotional, raw, great song. A Vow to Conquer the Ocean by In Mourning. If you like melodic death metal with progressive elements and epic songwriting, this is a must listen. Departer by Catatonia. A masterclass in how to do so much with so little. Subtle perfection. Lights by Surya. Straightforward banger of a song. Great performance. Hooky parts. Nosferatu by Bloodbound. Maybe nostalgia got the better of me with this song, but when I was 16-17, this song was my life. I even made my own music video for it almost to the day, 16 years ago actually. It's in the description if you want to check it out. Can't believe it's still on YouTube. Chosen Twice by Dream Evil. Fun band, great sound, cool song. How could they not sound great when legendary metal producer Fredrik Nordström is their guitar player though? Dream Evil had to be on this list. Griftefrid by Falconer. I'm a big fan of Falconer's Swedish record Armod due to the old style lyrics, often inspired by Swedish folklore. Griftefrid covers one of the creepier ideas in Swedish lore, and it's the best song on the album in my opinion. The Trojan Horse by Astral Doors, the band with the guy who sounds like Ronnie James Dio. They were actually the first metal band I ever saw live when they were opening up for Blind Guardian here in Sweden back in 2006. Really cool song. Stalemate by Soilwork. Soilwork have grown a lot since 2005, but this song remains an absolute favorite for me. Great energy. Förgät mig ej by Rauptir. There's something special about this song. Not only was Förgät mig ej voted the most beautiful word in the Swedish language, it's the Swedish word for the forget-me-not flower, but it's something about the lyrics and how they are delivered that just works. It works so well. For those of you who don't know, this band is from Haparanda, right by the Finnish border. The accent is thick, and the song is about someone who's about to take his life and asking not to be forgotten. Blind Leading the Blind by Accent Star. Early 2000s power metal might not be everyone's cup of tea. In fact, I know it isn't, but it was mine. And this song is one of those forgotten gems from that time. So go check it out if that's your thing. Shut Your Mouth by Pain. I was about 12, 13, and all I watched with my breakfast cereal before school was music channels. MTV and something called Zäta TV in Sweden at the time. Music non-stop. Whenever this video came on, it was the highlight of my day. Still love this song. The Words by Soen. Beautiful song. Understated perfection. If Late Fall was a song, this would be it. Chasing Shadows by Imminence. If you've ever wondered how metal with a violinist sounds like, go check out this song, because it sounds amazing. Breaking Me Up by Raised Fist. I don't know what it is about this song. It just works for me. I remember when I first heard it around age 12 or so, I thought it was funny, hilarious even. Who sings like that? So I kept listening to it almost like a joke and quickly realized that it was doing stuff to me. I wasn't just listening as a joke anymore, I was into it. Okay, top 5. The greatest, most hidden and overlooked treasures in Swedish metal. I think some of these might surprise you. Let's go. Day to End by Dark Tranquillity. Dark Tranquillity. Legends in their genre. Mikael Stanne is one of my favorite harsh vocalists in metal, but I love his clean singing even more. His baritone voice, the lyrics, the synths, the simple arrangement, the slow tempo, the emotion. Day to End is 3 minutes of perfection and my favorite Dark Tranquillity song of all time. The Shadowing by Orbit Culture. If you get your mail delivered to under a rock, you might have missed these guys. But if you, like most of us, live above rocks, you've probably heard of Orbit Culture by now. They have everything it takes to become the next big thing in metal. And The Shadowing proves that and then some. Awesome song. Powerful band. Bloody Angel by Avatar. Charisma, songwriting, energy, production, melodies. It's been 9 years and 20 million views on YouTube. but I still remember how I felt the first time I heard this song. Hopefully you feel something similar if this is your first time. Go check it out. Cry of the Blackbirds by Amon Amarth. I know. What am I even doing putting Amon Amarth on this list? Huge band, hardly overlooked, and that's true. But I happen to think they wrote their best song in 2006. At least if you're into the kind of metal that just makes it impossible not to headbang. If you know the song and you know the attack part, you know what I'm talking about. Pure, unstoppable energy. Highlander, The One by Lost Horizon. With all the talented vocal coaches doing reaction videos these days, it's borderline criminal that this song hasn't been featured somewhere. I feel like this song is a bit of a conundrum in that it's well known online, but not nearly well enough. It's epic, and I knew it was going to be number one before I even started thinking of songs for this list. And there it is. How many of these have you heard? Which are your favorites? Did I miss any more hidden gems? And if you're thinking to yourself, well, what about Misanthropolis by Tiamat? Well, then you are 100% correct. But it was the only song I couldn't find on Spotify that would have otherwise made the list, so I skipped it. Oh well, let's do Finland. Same thing here, in no particular order except for the top 5. They are the unskippables. The ones you have to listen to before you die, essentially. Let's go. Black-Hearted by Norther. Starts at full throttle, double kick drums and the whole shebang. Then everything stops for some beautiful piano and harsh, almost black metal-like vocals. Norther did their thing, and they did it well. The Cage by Sonata Arctica, or Sonata Arctica. There isn't a power metal fan on Earth who hasn't heard of Sonata Arctica. I'm guessing. But which song was their best power metal song? I always felt like The Cage was a strong contender, very overlooked. Bodom After Midnight by Children of Bodom. The year is 2000 and Children of Bodom do this. So unique. Alexi Laya was 21. Impressive. Sleep Mode by Everwave. If you've never heard of Everwave, you're forgiven. With only 366 monthly listeners on Spotify, I'm guessing not too many people watching this have. But that's the thing about overlooked music. A great song is a great song, no matter how many people have heard it. So go listen. Elven Path by Nightwish. One of the bigger bands on the list. Maybe the biggest. Probably the biggest. But have you heard Elven Path? The first song on the very first album? Released in 1997 and still such a joy to listen to. A mix of nostalgia, innocence, and the very first seeds of something that was destined to one day conquer the metal world. Fascinating. Ashes by Dawn of Solace. What is it about this song? I can't even put my finger on why it's so good. But it is. It really is. Ija by Shaman. Obviously I know that Shaman is Brazilian and not Finnish. No, this is early Korpiklani. Before they were Korpiklani, they were Shaman, and released gems like this one. Heartstrings Shattering by Swallow the Sun. Sadness and unapologetic bleakness. Made even more tragic by the fact that Elias Stanbridge passed away way too soon. Songs the Night Sings by The Dark Element. Jani Limatainen was one of my early guitar heroes. So there's that. But on paper, I shouldn't like this song so much. It's cheesy, corny, and just very straightforward. But it works. It works so well. Loneliness, Winter by Winter Sun. Winter Sun is one of those bands that got relatively big on YouTube for their amazing musicianship and the sheer force of Jari, but not this song. This is where it's at. This is their best song. Wings of Tomorrow by Stratovarius. Released in 1995, but the magic is still there. In my opinion, this song has aged sublimely and is an overlooked gem from the Finnish power metal legends. Empty Room by Celesty. Another power metal song from the magical era known as early to mid 2000s. I'm outing myself on all possible levels here, but I love the sincerity in the songs from that time and the musicianship, even if some of it is the musical equivalent of Twilight. Funeral Song by The Rasmus. Okay, I'm the first to admit that this is probably the poppiest entry out of all 40 songs, and calling it metal is quite a stretch. But you know what? It's a great song, and it's still special to me. It's my list, and I took Altaria off of it for this. Now, go call me an idiot in the comments if it makes your day better. Sleepless by Tero. This song is all about the vocals. With nothing but an acoustic guitar, Marko Hietala creates a truly magical moment for all of us tuning in. And yes, that would be the Marko Hietala. And It's All Happening by Kingston Wall. If I don't talk about this song and this band now, I probably never will. So I'm using the opportunity while I still have your attention. I mentioned earlier that calling the Rasmus metal was a stretch. Well, this certainly isn't metal in any traditional sense, or in any sense, but it's a very special song. Just make sure you close your eyes first and allow yourself to get lost. If you're into psychedelic rock, these guys are a must listen. Okay, top 5 again. The moment that matters just a little bit more than anything else in the world right now. Let's do this. At the Gates of Sleep by by Insomnium. Does Insomnium need an introduction? Maybe not, but their old stuff probably does. If you like melodic death metal, and if you like dark, melancholic, and heavy music with beautiful melodies, you have to listen to this. It's the sound of the North, beautifully captured. Death, Let Go by Nikumo. Sometimes the stars just align, and all elements combine to weave a tapestry of pure perfection, a whole greater than its individual parts. This song is so good. Long Way to the Graves by Ghost Brigade. I mentioned this song in an old Stream Theory episode I did on Atmosphere. I did that for a reason. This song takes its time, yet leaves no room for anything superfluous, and every part is exactly what it needs to be. The fact that Ghost Brigade split up after this is criminal, and something I will probably never fully get over. Carnival of Rust by Poets of the Fall. With 60 million views on YouTube and 30 million streams on Spotify, how is this thing overlooked? Well, this is a masterclass in everything musical. This song makes all the right choices. It's truly masterful. Land of Innocence by Thunderstone. Despite the masterpiece that is Carnival of Rust, I'm such a sucker for epic musical journeys with amazing vocals. So of course I realized that this is a very similar choice to the Swedish winner. But c'est la vie. Land of Innocence is my winner. And that's it. Now forget what I said earlier, because I know you're just gonna compare anyway. So on a scale of great to amazing, who did better? Yeah, that's what I thought. Have a great day and thanks for watching. Okay, I think that's enough talking for one day.